Ahead of America's 250th anniversary, California is again pushing back against the Trump administration, this time over elections. ABC 10 State Matters political reporter Jenny He has a preview of Governor Newsom's 4th of July announcement.
Having a declaration of election independence.
We actually believe the president when he says he's going to interfere with our election here in California.
On the 4th of July, Governor Gavin Newsom will unveil a new plan aimed at cracking down on election interference by making certain violations a felony.
We are really fed up here in California with all the attacks on our democracy.
Newsom and Democratic lawmakers want to make it a felony to seize or take possession of ballots before election results are officially certified. The effort partly due to the FBI seizure of ballots from Fulton County, Georgia earlier this year. Amid continued claims by President Trump, the results of the 2020 election were fraudulent. State and federal officials have found no evidence of widespread voter fraud.
But you certainly don't need anybody outside election officials, right, touching those ballots, interfering with the chain of custody, with all the procedures that we here in California have carefully put in place over the years.
In California, Riverside County Sheriff and former Republican candidate for governor Chad Bianco was under fire for seizing more than 650,000 ballots from the November special election for Proposition 50. Bianco's probe into allegations of fraud has been paused by the California Supreme Court.
Was that inspired by Riverside County Sheriff Chad Bianco's actions with the Prop 50 ballots?
He's part of it, right? That's part of, we witnessed firsthand how a sheriff can put some bogus warrant together.
In excerpts of the pre-recorded speech provided by Newsom's office, the governor states, quote, "If you violate California's laws, if you interfere with our voters, tamper with our ballots, or meddle in our election, you will be prosecuted. It does not matter who gave the order."
I think, there's been a lot of concern around the trust in our elections more broadly. The facts are the facts. We do not have voter fraud in this state in any significant degree or level.
Voting expert Mindy Romero says California's slow vote count is often fodder for allegations of fraud. After June's primary, President Trump accused Democrats without evidence of trying to steal the California governor's race and the Los Angeles mayoral election, pointing to the state's lengthy count of mail-in ballots.
Millions of voters, over 90% of them in any given election are using vote-by-mail ballots, and it takes a long time to count all of those ballots.
Because of accuracy and making sure all voters are included, despite the rhetoric, there is no rush to count elections quicker and counter that.
I'm much more concerned about us getting it right than I am us doing it quicker.
In the final budget, Newsom and the legislature allocated over $40 million for election officials.
Elections officials have been poorly funded for decades, and so this money is definitely necessary.
Jenny He, ABC 10.
Jenny, thank you. Just this week, the U.S. Supreme Court upheld a law in Mississippi allowing vote-by-mail ballots postmarked by Election Day but received a couple days after to still be counted. Here in California, mail-in ballots can be received up to 7 days after.